Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. Today in this session, we will try to understand about the fertilization and implantation process. So in the previous videos, already we have discussed about the spermatogenesis process and as well as oogenesis process. What is fertilization? First of all, we have to understand, right? Fusion of a sperm cell with ovum is called fertilization. During copulation time, generally, semen is released by the penis into where? Into the vagina. So this process releasing the semen in the vagina is called insemination process. So whenever the insemination occurs, at that time sperm cell fuses with the ovum or egg cell and leads to formation of diploid cell, so which is called zygote. This process is called what? Fertilization. It occurs in the ampullary region. Fertilization process occurs where? In the ampullary region. So look at this diagram. This is the ampulla. Okay, this is the ampullary region. Here the fertilization takes place. Means the sperm cells which are released in the vagina comes to the uterus. Uterus too, they come to the ampulla. In the same way, ovary releases ovum egg cell which comes to the ampulla. So in the ampulla, sperm cell and egg cell fuses and gives diploid zygote, right? Where the fertilization takes place in the female reproductive tract, ampullary region. This you have to remember. So where the fertilization occurs, where the fusion of gametes take place in the female reproductive tract or the fallopian tube in the ampullary region. This you have to remember. Okay, so now right, let's see the next slide. Fertilization happens only if ovum and sperms are transported simultaneously. When the ovum and sperms are transported simultaneously to the ampullar region, then only fertilization takes place. All the copulations, they never lead to fertilization and pregnancy, right? Whenever the sperm contacts with the zona pellucida, look at this. A sperm contacts with zona pellucida. This is the diagram. Look at this diagram. So whenever a sperm cell is contacted with the, means touched the zona pellucida membrane, so this induces some changes in the membrane. So whenever the sperm cell touches the zona pellucida membrane, then some changes will be induced. So because of these changes, what happens? That block the entry of additional sperms into the ovum, right? Next, the secretion of the acrosome. We know that this is the sperm cell. Over the head, one sharp crown like structure is there which is called acrosome, right? This acrosome helps the sperm to enter the egg cytoplasm. It helps to enter the sperm cell into the cytoplasm of the egg cell, right? Via what? Zona pellucida and plasma membrane and zona pellucida layers are there. So by penetrating these two layers, zona pellucida and plasma membrane, so acrosome helps to enter the sperm cell inside the ovum's cytoplasm. This causes what? Whenever the sperm cell entry of the sperm cell into the ovum, it leads to the second meiotic division of the ovum. Then this ovum starts completes its second meiotic division and develops like a complete mature oocyte or mature ovum, which is also called ootid. And also another structure is formed, that is called second polar body in the second meiotic division. So whenever the second meiotic division completed in the ovum, then complete mature ovum or ootid will be formed, and as well as one second polar body will be formed in the ovum, right? In the egg cell, the haploid nuclei of the sperm cell. We know that sperm cell has only haploid nuclei, means in the sperm cells haploid nucleus is there, and in the ovum, this is the ovum. Here also haploid nucleus is there. So what happens? Ovum and egg cell fusion leads to formation of what? diploid structure which is called zygote, right? The haploid nuclei of the sperm and ovum fuse together to form what? Diploid zygote, right? Come to the next slide. Zygote undergoes mitotic division. Zygote undergoes what? Mitotic division, which is also called cleavage. Starts as it moves through the isthmus toward the uterus and forms 2, 4, 8, 6, 16 daughter cells called blastomeres. Whenever the zygote undergoes mitotic division, first it gives what? 2 cells, then 4 cells, then 8 cells, then 16 cells, like this. These cells are called what? Blastomeres. 8 to 16 cells stage of the embryo is called morula. Morula continues to divide. It continues to divide and it transforms, develops like what? Blastocyst. In the blastocyst, blastomeres are arranged. Look at this. This is the blastocyst or blastula cross section. If we observe, this is the outermost layer and inside there are number of cells. Okay, inner cell mass. So in blastocyst, the blastomeres are arranged in an outer layer of trophoblast and inner cell mass attached to trophoblast. The trophoblast layer gives nourishment to the inner cell mass. So this trophoblast layer, the outer layer, nourishes the inner cell mass, and as well as this trophoblast helps to attach the endometrium layer. Look at this. Also, it gets attached to the endometrium in the uterus region. The inner cell mass gets differentiated into 3 germ layers. Inside cells, these inside cells get differentiated into 3 germ layers: ecto, meso, and as well as endoderm. So this structure, whenever the blastocyst or blastula inner cell mass differentiated into 3 layers like outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner endoderm, then this structure, 3-layered structure, is called gastrula, which forms the embryo, right? So whenever the embryo forms, means at the time of blastocyst or blastula stage only, it starts implanting in the uterine wall. After attachment of uterine cells divide rapidly and cover the blastocyst. As a result, the blastocyst becomes embedded in the endometrium. This is called implantation. Look at this diagram. This is the blastocyst. So in this, at the time of the blastocyst, what happened? Cells, they divide rapidly and it embedded, this blastocyst embedded inside the endometrium layer. This is called what? Implantation. Okay, so like this, the embryo is implanted in the wall of the uterine wall. Okay, so this is about the fertilization and implantation of the embryo. I hope you understood. Okay, so in the next session, we will try to understand about the development of the embryo. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.